So I've been told I must finish this, even though Sudan now seems a long time ago. On our very last day in Sudan, we decided to go to Meroë, which is the home of the pyramids. So we got up very early on a very bad day. This is what the sky looked like with sand hanging over Khartoum. And I thought the trip would be off. But no, we continued on and traveled pretty much the same route as we traveled to Meroë for about 3 hours outside of Khartoum before we turned off and followed the river along, heading for Meroë. The weather had improved, and the interesting thing about traveling along the river was noticing the impact of irrigation. Still incredibly desert-like most of the places, but lots of little irrigation ditches that allowed for a very green patch in the middle of the dryness, which was really amazing and made you very aware of the impact of water. After a 4-hour drive, we finally arrived at Jebel Barkal, which is outside of Meroë and in the heart of the Nubian Kushite kingdom, which dated from about 300 BC to 300 AD, and the heart of this center of pyramids outside of Khartoum. So we arrived just as the sun was low in the sky. We missed the opportunity to go into the museum and learn a little bit more about this place, but we got to watch the amazing sunset over these pyramids. These are just a few of the pyramids that are there. There are over 100 pyramids out in the desert. And we drove around this hill, this mountain, Jebel Barkal. And over this hill we come to see the little village that is right here at the site, which I think is called Barkala. I'm not exactly sure, and it's hard. Mapping in this part of the world is not that accurate or easy to follow. So anyway, we didn't go into this village. We were very aware that the light was fading and we had limited time, and we wanted to spend it right here walking around these ancient pyramids and soaking up this atmosphere from thousands and thousands of years ago. In this section of the site there were about 7 pyramids. A couple have been rebuilt to show you what they would have been like, because most of the pyramids around Meroë, up to 100 of them, have been decapitated over the years by treasure hunters looking for treasure. But it was really remarkable to be at this place in the middle of the desert, nobody around. Like, you literally could not see people, far, far away, maybe on the top of Jebel Barkal, but nobody around. It was like being transported back 2,000 years. There's something pretty amazing about feeling the history, and really in this particular site you could feel the ancientness of the land, of the place. Apparently there's over 100 of these pyramids that trail across the desert in this area. There was about, 5 or 6 here in various states of crumble. But the time of day and the light was just absolutely beautiful. And as you can see, couldn't really stop taking pictures of them because it was so pretty. As we had gone past the mountain, we'd seen that people were on top of the mountain. People had climbed up. And of course, Muhammad headed over to climb the mountain. And so we decided that we should do the same thing. And there's Muhammad heading towards the mountain and on his way up. And there's some people coming down the mountain. And I did include a couple of Muhammad's pictures here from up over the top of the mountain, which is pretty amazing view. Manahil and Zizo and I did in fact get partially up the hill, but I was a limitation for them, and we stopped about a third of the way up. But still, pretty amazing views, and pretty amazing to just be in this space As you can see, not a lot of people around. This is from the height that we got up the hill. And here we are heading back down. Pretty treacherous hiking up that hill. It's amazing people don't drop off. I'm sure they do. We drove back through Meroë, and Sherry and Menahil and I opted to be on the back of the truck now that the blazing sun was gone. And we rode home 4 hours through the desert night. It was amazing. Amazing trip. Loved it.